Good morning. Good morning. It is early. It is December 2nd. It is the beginning of December, and yesterday was Sunday, and I was like, not going to talk about this, but we're going to talk about today, Monday morning, fresh and ready. I'm actually so excited because I am teaching a class today for property and casualty and personal lines, and I'm like doing it old school, where I'm going to like write notes with the overhead projector. Like I've been talking about that for a while, and then I was like, let me just do it. I'm just going to do it. And I got my overhead camera set up, and I'm super excited. But I want to talk about December to remember. So I was reminded that like back in the day, I used to do Herbalife, like sell shakes and smoothies, help people lose weight. And I was actually really good at it, but I'm not passionate about helping people lose weight. So it didn't last very long. Well, it lasted like, I don't know, a few years. I was really into the lifestyle, hanging out with people and having a good time and speaking on stages and going to events. Like I love that more than anything else. And so I stayed in it. But anyway, one of the things that I would do is I would do these public displays of whatever it was that I was wanting to do. And I would name it fun things. And it's so crazy because recently an insurance exam queen customer is a guy in Herbalife, and he's like all about Herbalife. He's got Herbalife everywhere. And it was just a reminder of it was all these things came lining up into place that was telling me I need to do a public display of manifestation. And so that's what December to remember is going to be, a public display of manifestation. So, because I used to do this thing, I most recently did No Muffin November, for Herbalife. And I had all the memories pop up on my Facebook of how I did this thing called No Muffin November, where I had this pair of jeans that my sister gave me and I had a little muffin on top. And I was like, I'm going to lose weight so that I no longer have a muffin. And I showed people what I did throughout the month, what I ate, how I was working on it, the different exercises that I did, and I lost my muffin by the end of November. And then I did Diva December, where I bought a dress that was a little bit too small, and then I lost weight to fit into the dress. So I would do these things in front of people publicly on my Facebook page, and I would have so much fun with it. And so I had this thought that I had December to remember was something I needed to do. And at first I was like, so is this like a group coaching? What is the idea here? Give me the rest of the information source, please. And it came up that it was like, no, this is something I need to do in front of people publicly. So I'm going to be doing a public display of manifestation. And it's crazy to say, but I want to bring in, it's not about the money, but it is about the money, right? It's not about the money, but it is about the money. It is about the money, but it's not about the money. I want to do a large sum. I want to just bring in a large sum of money in December. And I want to show people how quickly and how fast you can bring money into your life, because we have such a hard time thinking that we can get money quickly or that we can get large sums of money. It's money is one of the biggest barriers to living your life, because again, everything, and I've talked about this before, money gives you permission for everything. Can I go to the store, or can I go to lunch with my friend? Depends on how much money I have. Can I take a train to, go visit somebody? Depends on how much money I have. Can I do this? Depends on how much money I have. Can I buy this? Depends on how much money I have. So, so many people who are kind of stuck in this, but I need more money before I can do anything. And then I get stuck in this thought that if I can't, how do I get more money? And then I just want to show people that it could be so much easier than using your brain to think through all this stuff. And it's so crazy because I'm also in Melanie Ann Layer's Exponential Wealth Program, which is freaking fantastic. I watched part 1 of Call 1 yesterday with David. She was calling me out left and right. I was like, this is me. Because what's so crazy about earning money is, I know so many of you watching this right now would be like, if I could just have $5,000 a month, life would be so simple. Life would be so easy. If I had $5,000 a month, everything would be perfect. Everything would be amazing. There would be no problems. And then you make and then I got there, right? I started making $5,000 a month, and it was like, if I could just make $10,000 a month, then everything would be great. Make 10. If I meant 20, if I could just make 20, 30 is so much better. 50 is where it's at. 50, no, 100 is the sweet spot. It'll never stop. It never stops. And Melanie talked about, she literally did the same thing. And I've done the same thing too. I've talked about that. This exact same thing is we always set this new dollar amount, and we're like, life will be so perfect at this dollar amount. If I made that much money, everything, just chef's kiss, everything would be perfect. You get there, and then you have another thing. And it's not so much about the money. It's like, as humans, we have this continual drive to go after things, and otherwise we'd be dead. We wouldn't have any motivation to do anything. And so I've been in this cycle of like a little bit more money, a little bit more. I need more money. I need more money. I need more money. I need more money. But I've been coming from a place of need as opposed to just having fun. So this month of December, it's just part of the process. It's part of learning through this, right? Like, one of the things I want to always show people is be very real and raw about what is happening behind the scenes, right? Like, you guys see me celebrate, 6-figure months, and, our YouTube channel is a 6-figure YouTube channel. I forgot, I have not celebrated that my YouTube channel is a 6-figure YouTube channel. It's made over $100,000 now since its inception. And, but I want to be very real and raw. And when you are coming from a place of like, my parents always talked about money in a negative way. Making money was always hard. Barely getting paid for what I was doing. Like, that was the world in which I lived in. And then Melanie introduced a world where women should make millions, and it should be normal, and it should be great. And I'm like, okay, I want to get to that place. And I've been on this journey of doing that, and I've been able to make a lot more money. But money has still been a struggle. It's still been hard. And it's like you grow into the money that you make, right? Like, you think there was a point where I was like, $5,000 a month would be so freaking amazing. If I just made 5,000, it'd be amazing. Well, now my mortgage is 5,000. Just my mortgage is 5,000. Like, you end up growing into the amount of money that you're making. So then you need more so that you can keep growing, because there are so many things available to you that you don't even realize are available to you because you just don't have the money to do those things. But if you had the money to do those things, you'd want to do those things. So then you need to make enough money to do those things, plus all the other things you need. So this is like, it's like all about the money, but it's not about the money. So this month, December to remember, is I am just going to go full blown into showing you what I do, how I move, and I'm going to be doing things a lot differently. Because another thing Melanie called me out on was, when your life is amazing and awesome and things are going really great, it's like you get almost a little bit bored, and so you sabotage so that life can be, so that you have something to fix, so that you have something to do, or like you're like hitting a wall, is because you're supposed to grow and go over the wall. But sometimes it's like you hit the wall and you're like, well, I can't keep moving forward, so I'm going to break down. I'm going to go backwards so that I can move forwards again. And it's like the silly system that we do. So I've been doing some sabotage. Like, I've been struggling with David, and I'm like, you have all these problems. And I'm like creating situations that I can save myself from so that I feel better and feel like I'm doing something. So instead of doing that, I'm going to really, really appreciate what it is that I have and grow. I want to grow from here. So December to remember is going to be all about a public display of manifestation, where I show you what it looks like digging in and going after the things that we want. And like, it will be about money, but it's not going to be about money. Like, I may talk about money, but most of the activities that I'm going to be taking is, one, I'm going to be making sure that I'm reading my book, because doing things like, in order to have a life that you love, you have to have a life that you love. And I love reading books, and I haven't spent a lot of time reading books. I'm going to be showing you, like, focusing on my house. Like, it's very important to me that I have a clean and beautiful house. And so I need to get very intentional about taking care of my house. And this is something I taught about in Mega Millions. When I had a tiny condo with no baby, it was pretty easy to get everything situated and to keep it clean. Well, now things are a little bit different, So I want to really take care of the house that I'm living in. I want to very much appreciate this house that I'm living in. And then also journaling and writing. I have not made that a habit. I have used excuses or reasons or whatever. So I'm going to get back in to journaling and writing. And like, today is a big focus on doing something that I love to do. I love to teach. And I've been thinking so hard about, writing notes as I'm like writing. Like, I want to make all these cool notes. And there's a part of me that's like, you have to make it perfect. So you have to do it first, and then you can teach a lesson on it. And I'm like, the best way that I do it is to just do it. So I just need to do it. So like, the notes that I'm going to make today are like super freaking amazing. And like, what I have planned for them is like so awesome. but I'm just going to have to do it without having done it first, right? That's the best way I do it, is off the cuff in front of people immediately. And I was not, for some reason, I was like, it has to be more perfect. It has to be more polished. And I was in this whole group this last week where we talked about perfect and polished is not like, you get polished along the way, but you've got to start messy. You've got to start as a beginner. You've got to start somewhere. So anyway, public display of manifestation this month. I am going to show you how to just bring in all kinds of money from all different places, and get a light of fire under your butt that like this can happen for you too, because most of the things I'm going to be talking about are not business things. They're not going to be, this is a strategy I took, I launched this program and then I made this much money and here's how I calculate. And like, it's not going to be any of that. It's going to be like, today I made sure that I read my book and I cleaned and organized my house, and I made sure that David knew how much I loved and appreciated him. And then I like, oh my God, I enjoyed my coffee this morning. Like, I love my mushroom coffee. It's so amazing. Like, when you romanticize and love your life, it just amplifies and it gets better and better. And then you have to be careful that you don't sabotage. Like I realized I was doing. I'm so sorry, David. I'm so sorry, David. He has been the bearer of my sabotage. Because again, life was so good and so great. I needed to create drama. I'm admitting people into my Zoom room, which is why I keep coming forward. Because I'm teaching a class today, writing notes, and I'm so super excited. So I love you all. Watch this month, watch this public display of manifestation. I'm shooting for like $1 million this month. Like, I sat with a woman who made 2.2 million in one day. So I'm pretty sure that like throughout the whole month, I can bring in $1 million, like whatever. Like, and it doesn't matter like the amount of money I actually bring in. What matters is who I become in this process. Because if I do want to make $1 million a month, it does require that I am a certain person, that I feel, that I have a frequency, that the way I think about myself, the way that I feel about myself. It all requires growth and evolution. So I say I want to make $1 million this month. If I say that and I want that, if it can require a level of growth that I have not yet experienced. And so this could be the trigger that sets off the growth. So even if my $1 million month doesn't come in this month, that's okay. What it is it's setting it. I'm putting a line in the sand and telling the universe that $1 million a month should be my normal. Now prepare me, do what I need to do, show me everything that I need so that I can get to that point. So even if I make no extra monies this month, and I'm sitting here telling you I want to call in all kinds of money, I want to bring in all kinds of money, and nothing happens in terms of the amount of money, which I don't really see as possible, but if that were to happen, some people would never want to do this because they'd be so afraid of, if they fail, what will people say? Hi, Mimi, we're going to have class soon. It starts in like 4 minutes. I'm in the Zoom room. So some people will be like, I can't do that because I'm going to fail. And if I fail, then people will think I'm ridiculous. And then whatever. Like I'm happy to fail in front of you. I am happy to show you what it looks like to say, I'm going to make $1 million this month and then possibly not make $1 million. And then be like, but that's okay because it's preparing me. It's getting me ready. It's growing and evolving. Like, anything that happens this month, like I am making this public declaration that I actually made a video last November, right yesterday around this time, about how I wanted 6-figure months. And at that time I was around like 60 a month. And I was like, I want 6-figure months. I was basically saying I want $40,000 extra a month. And it took me until April to make it happen. So it wasn't immediate, right? Like I declared, I want 6-figure months. I'm going to go after 6-figure months. I'm talking about 6-figure months. It didn't immediately happen. But what happened was drawing that line in the sand meant that I would become the person who could have 6 figures a month. I would find the frequency of a person who has making 6 figures a month. So for me, whatever actually happens in this month, in terms of the actual dollar amount, doesn't quite matter to me. What matters to me is who I become in this process. And I want to show you what that looks like. I want to show you, how you grow, how you evolve, how you focus on yourself, how you take care of yourself, and that everything you want in terms of money will follow suit with that. And I'm also taking, like I said, Melanie's exponential class. One of the things she talked about was get money. Okay? You need to have physical money. As an adult, we don't spend a lot of time with money anymore. As a kid, when we made, I remember when I made $20, I was like, this felt like 100 as a kid, right? Like, I was like, I can do anything with $20, right? And so one of the things is all this money I've made doesn't quite feel real because it's all just on the internet. It's all just in the bank account. Like I don't ever see it. So one of the things she said was get out the amount of money that you make on a normal sale. So for me, that would be like $100, right? Like $97 gold class series package. So every time I make a sale, I need to touch the $100 and be like, I just made $100. Like I need to have fun again with my money. We get so serious with money. We get so fucking serious with money, and we lose touch with the fun, childlike, playful nature of money. So get money, get the a dollar amount you make or an hour amount that you make, or get your favorite denomination and start touching your money again, playing with your money, feeling good about, look at all this money, look at all this money. All right, but I gotta go because I got class. It's literally starting next minute. I will keep you more updated about December to remember, but just watch my page. Watch my page, watch my videos, watch my posts, and invite other people coming along. Say, look, I know this crazy lady who says she's gonna make $1 million this month. Come and watch what she does. And again, I don't care if I actually hit it or not. The who I become in this process is gonna be so much more worth it to me than the actual dollars I make. And it's gonna be so fun, awesome, and amazing. So I love you all. I gotta go. Have an amazing day. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh my God, gotta hit the